stories that matter to you in your neighborhood. Here's what our neighborhood news reporters are working on today. The Corpus Christi City Council has approved a project to save us from possible curtailment. Investigative reporter Leah Zora breaks it down for us. Plus, thousands line up in their cars to get ashes and a blessing. Neighborhood news reporter Jada Jenkins gets reaction from neighbors. And drivers on the south side, beware of some traffic delays coming to Yorktown. Jacob Daniels tells us how long this might last. Chris 6 News at 5 starts right now. Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. We start off with our continuing water crisis. Now the city is getting ready to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to create new water sources, but some city council members are not happy with how it's happening. Leah Zora explains.
Good evening. I'm Leah Zora, an investigative reporter with Chris 6 News, here with an update on the city's water crisis. Today, water levels in Corpus Christi's main reservoirs, Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon, remain at historically low levels. They're sitting at just 9.5% capacity, and the city is currently under Stage 3 drought restrictions. Now, City Manager Peter Zanoni warns that if the current drought conditions continue, we could hit a level 1 water emergency before November, and that means residents and industry alike would have to cut water usage by 25%. And last night, City Council approved a $175 million brackish water desalination plant and moved forward with a $230 million Evangeline groundwater project. Now, that's worth more than $400 million, decided in just one night. Several council members raised concerns about skipping a competitive bidding process, questioning where the saltwater waste from desal would even go, and the overall cost and contracts with big water users like refineries. And Zanoni pushed back, saying that the city doesn't have time for traditional bidding and that this spending is long overdue. And meanwhile, there's an emerging legal battle over the Evangeline project. The city of Sinton and the St. Paul Water Supply have protested the groundwater permits, saying that large-scale pumping could affect their water. And a hearing that may be scheduled for March 2nd could delay the project. But city officials are meeting with Sinton to try to reach a resolution.
All right, Leah, thank you so much. Well, the city has already committed hundreds of millions of dollars to water projects, and ultimately there is concern about how much the city can afford. City Manager Peter Zanoni addressed that during yesterday's council meeting.
The federal government knows we need money and the state knows we need money, but guess what? Nobody's writing out any checks. So if they wanted to, they would have written them out by now. It is without any doubt that federal and state assistance is needed for this city. The ratepayer can't afford all this, and our industry here supports the nation and the international community with petrochemical fuels and that type of thing. So,
out to the governor's office to discuss our growing water crisis. The governor's press secretary sent a response. It says, in part, quote, the state of Texas has made significant investments into ensuring the Corpus Christi area has the water resources it needs to serve citizens and industry alike. This past session, Governor Abbott was proud to sign into law the largest investment in water in Texas history, providing $20 billion to tap into new water supplies and repair existing pipes to save billions of gallons of water each year. The statement goes on to say that Governor Abbott will continue to work with the legislature to ensure Texas has a reliable water supply. Well, the state budget has already committed $30 million to pay for groundwater wells in our area and $16 million for upgrades to the Mary Roads pipeline. The Texas Water Development Board has also committed funding for the Inner Harbor desalination plant. Well, over on the south side, a new phase of the Yorktown Boulevard Road reconstruction project has begun. It's part of a voter-approved bond from 2020 with completion scheduled for 2027. City officials say all access to neighborhoods and businesses will be maintained through clearly marked detours. But neighbors are expressing concern about safety and traffic delays.
I feel like it's kind of like dangerous because when you're trying to turn out of there, you really have to leave. It's a little scary sometimes, and it's hard to tell the people coming from the other side. So, I mean, it's really annoying. Don't like it at all.
Neighbors say they know improvements take time, but that doesn't make the daily drive any easier. Well, the warm weather has continued here in the coastal bend, but do we have some rain in our forecast? Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber, who has maybe some answers of those sprinkles.
Well, there is a very tiny chance that we could see some water fall from the sky. Wouldn't be like what we saw on Saturday, but for some of us, that might be a welcome kind of dance. It seems here we can only get the extremes of dry conditions like what you see behind me and the rain we had on Saturday. Be nice if we could find a happy medium, right? Well, this is what's going on along SPID. Dry conditions, as we've seen a lot of cloud coverage out there throughout today. That's what you've got in the background, but we'll call it filtered sunshine because the sun has been doing its part to try to warm us up today. Not that we needed much help. I think those winds pretty much took care of most of it. South-southeast winds, that's a warm direction for us, and it's also a little humid, so it's bringing back a bit more of that air you can wear feeling outside, which also helps because that would bring down the fire risk a little bit. We're juggling a lot of different things happening in the forecast right now, right? But the heat is probably the one that's top of mind. If you've been wondering how long this warm wave is going to last here in the coastal bend, you might be happy to know that it's going to be in the forecast for a couple more days, but I think there are some big changes on the way. I'm hoping part of that comes with an opportunity for some rainfall. I'll tell you what that's looking like for your neighborhood coming up in just a few.
All right, Steph, thanks. With Easter only 6 weeks away, the Lenten season is in full swing across the coastal bend. Over at the Corpus Christi First United Methodist Church, they continue their annual tradition of distributing ashes to go. Associate Pastor Marshall Van Pelt tells us it's important for them to interact with the community. He adds there are times where not everyone can show up because of work, and that is when ashes to go comes in.
We don't currently live in a world that's centered around the church, and so whenever coming to the church isn't the option, then we take the church out to everyone else.
The Corpus Christi First United Methodist Church will have a pancake supper and service tonight at 7. Well, another church that made it easier for people to get their ashes today was St. Bartholomew's Episcopal Church. Volunteers with them offered ashes to go in a drive-through setup, giving neighbors a quick moment of prayer before starting their day.
Just like you're working right now, as much as I would love to be able to break away during the middle of the day, it's always great to know that I can come here.
Well, the tradition allows people with busy schedules to still observe Ash Wednesday, marking the start of the Lent season with reflection, prayer, and renewal. And Bishop Mario Aviles led his first Mass on this Ash Wednesday, marking the start of Lent at the Sacred Heart Church on Comanche Street. The Mass is the beginning of the 40th day Lent journey towards Easter. Now, Bishop Aviles held the Mass in English and Spanish. He now leads the Diocese of Corpus Christi after being the auxiliary bishop for the Diocese of Brownsville from 2018 to 2026. Our Lady of Perpetual Help on Williams Drive kicked off the Lent season with their annual drive-through fish fry. So what's on the menu? There's fish plates, shrimp plates, the combo plate. You can also get add-ons like crab cakes, macaroni, and capirotada. All of that batter, tartar sauce, cocktail sauce, and coleslaw is handmade. So don't bother asking for the batter recipe. It's closely guarded for a secret. Now, if you missed out on today, don't worry. They'll have fish fries every Friday during Lent until March 27th. Hours are from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the Catholic Charities of the Corpus Christi is starting their annual 40 Cans for Lent. Today, the event encourages the community to fight hunger across the coastal bend with donations. On your screen is a list of drop-off locations. Donations can be canned goods, dry goods, and other non-perishable food items. The drive will continue through April 5th. Well, during the Lenten season, many Christians and Catholics make a 40-day sacrifice. Many will give up a bad habit like gossiping or something they love like eating sweets. Yesterday, we visited with Father Francis Makut at Our Lady Star of the Sea Catholic Church on North Beach. He said the Lenten season is a time to connect with your family, with God, and your community. Father Makut also explained that making sacrifices brings you closer to God and helps your soul.
It is important because it brings us back to our true identity, that we are sons and daughters of God. So a time like this is to bring us back home. And it is a time to return home to God, return home to renew our faith, to renew our commitments of relationships. And for that reason, I think it is good because it brings us back to the very identity of who we are, because there are many things in the world today, distractions and noise, but this really makes us to think of those things that will really help us to grow as a human family.
Father Macoute said another option you might consider is avoiding bad language. He said Pope Francis used to say harsh words, and even gossips are like bombs that really take away peace. Well, coming up, new information regarding the Horn and Greenwood fatal accident on the west side last night.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Corpus Christi police say charges are pending against a driver involved in a fatal accident Tuesday night on the city's west side. Police tell us a man was headed north on Greenwood when he ran a red light at the intersection with Horn Road. He crashed into a vehicle driven by 43-year-old Jacqueline Farmer. She was headed east on Horn Road. Farmer died at the scene. The driver who hit her was hospitalized with serious injuries. Police had to shut down the intersection for several hours as the investigation continued on the scene. Now, the accident also caused a power outage in that area. And a family immigration detention center is back in the spotlight after word of a baby was rushed to the hospital with a breathing difficulty. Texas Congressman Joaquin Castro says the child was unresponsive while being detained at the Dilley Family Detention Center. The baby was taken to the hospital where he was treated and released. The entire family has since been deported to Mexico. Castro says these detention centers are no place for children.
We've seen the violence of ICE on the street, but there's also a brutality of ICE behind closed walls in those prisons that everybody doesn't get to see, that only members of Congress and others have had a chance to see.
DHS blamed the baby's boy mother, saying that she chose to come into the country illegally and chose to bring her son with her into detention. They add there is adequate health services at detention centers.
I'm John Matarese. Trump RX is now live, promising discounts on some popular prescription medications. We'll show you how much it might save you and if it's worth checking out.
All right, cloudy view outside. We've had a number of clouds today, but it didn't stop the sunshine from warming us up. We'll call it filtered sunshine. And, you know, we didn't really need a whole lot of help to get those warm temperatures in, but it does look nice. You'll notice here our first community bank camera atop the USS Lexington doing that shaky action. We've got some wind out there, but it's a south-southeast wind. And look at how it's warmed up our temperatures. We have been feeling the warmth since the weekend cold front that brought us storms and absolutely no cool down. So 63 to start the morning with some fog out there, 83 to top things out. Could be worse. We could be looking like 1986 right now with temperatures in the 90s. And while we're not there, some neighborhoods could get to the 90s as we get toward Friday. And that would be the inland neighborhoods, those especially closest to the brush country. But I don't think we'll get quite that hot, thankfully. Now, I do want to point out we were able to kind of slow the deficit from growing any worse here with the rain we had over the weekend, but we're still in a bad place. We're nearly 2 inches behind for that rainfall for the year, and we're not even through the second month, but this is the driest month on average. So we can only go up from here, right? We did get measurable rain on the board this weekend, and that was the one goal we wanted, but we need more water in the air if we're going to hope to add to that goal heading on into Friday and maybe, if we're lucky, Saturday. So as we head into the overnight, humidity will be back at it again. If winds come down enough, we could see some patchy fog tomorrow morning. If the winds stay a little elevated, it won't be so much an issue for drivers heading out the door, but it will likely be another cloudy start to the day. We'll talk about it, but right now it is definitely still a warm evening here across the coastal bend. Look at this temperature in Farfurias, 88 degrees, actual air temperature, feeling like 89 thanks to a little bit of humidity from those south-southeast winds. Brings in that fetch from the Gulf, keeping things rather humid. But we have been on a warm stretch here throughout much of February, and I don't think we're going to stop anytime soon, at least not this week. We'll likely bring things down closer to where we normally see them for this time of the year heading on into the weekend because there is another cold front on the way. The question is, will we get a second green square on this side of the calendar? I'm keeping my fingers crossed. If we can get something on the board for this week, that would be phenomenal. Just not overly confident that we'll be able to do it. So here's a look at the big weather picture. This is what's making things so windy today and kind of helping to trigger the clouds. We've got some moisture upstairs in the atmosphere, and this front is kind of shaking things up to where it's enough to give us the filtered sunshine, but it's enough to keep things windy too. That is not the front we are looking for to bring us a chance of rain heading into the weekend. So until then, we're going to be cruising along this warm, muggy pattern, which means heading into the overnight, we'll see those clouds kind of ebbing and flowing. This model wants to put a little sprinkle in here. I think that's picking up on some of the mist that we may see into the morning. We got a better chance of showers on Friday, but as we head on into Thursday, should be another warm, somewhat cloudy day here across the coastal bend. Really a wash, rinse, repeat pattern. As we head on into Friday, though, that's where things get interesting. We're going to be warm, but I think with our next cold front on the way, it could leave us unsettled enough to maybe pick up an isolated shower. It's not a very strong indication, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. If you do too, who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. But either way, it's not going to be drought-busting rain. Hopefully just a shower here and there. Until then, we're going to keep temperatures in the 80s through the rest of this week.
All right, Steph, thanks. Beachgoers, listen up. City Council approved a resolution to raise the price of beach permits, specifically Mustang and North Padre Islands. The proposal would raise the annual parking permits from $12 to $20 starting next year. This is all about keeping up with rising costs for beach maintenance and services so we can keep our beaches safe, clean, and enjoyable for everybody. This, however, is a multi-step process. The prices will remain the same until the General Land Office makes a final decision. That could take up to 6 months. Listen up, bookworms. Audible announced they are rolling out immersion reading on its app. Customers who own both the audiobook and Kindle ebook versions of a title can follow synchronized highlighted text as the narration plays. The app will automatically show you which ebook have audiobook matches. The changes combining reading and listening can improve focus and comprehension.
Trump RX, the new federal prescription drug portal, is now live. And for some, Trump RX will mean big savings. But don't assume that all the prices you see are necessarily the lowest prices for you. Jamie Donahue, like millions of Americans, knows the steep costs of prescription drugs.
My stepmom, she actually has seizure disorder, and she has to pay $1,200 a month.
Lower prices is the goal of the new Trump RX savings site. Pharmacist Kevin Day has been fielding questions about the program.
But there's no good evidence yet.
The first thing to know, Trump RX is not a pharmacy. Trump RX directs patients to self-pay websites or provides a coupon to bring to your pharmacy.
This is a way to get some better prices on brand name specific products.
As an example, he showed me Wegovy.
We get the pen and the pill.
Available for $199 on Trump RX, which he says is the lowest cash price anywhere. He says there are downsides. One, he currently offers only a few dozen drugs.
There's 43 medications on it today.
Two, it does not list generics, only name brands. Day says his store offers the generic version of some of these, like the acid reflux drug Protonix, for much less than the Trump RX name brand price of $200.
As a generic, we sell it for $14.95.
It's geared towards cash paying customers.
Darren Covington with the Indiana Pharmacy Association says if you're insured, your copay is likely cheaper, though it's worth checking.
You might have certain drugs like some of the GLP-1s that are being used for weight loss that aren't covered very widely by insurance companies.
Your best bet is to talk to your local pharmacist.
If there were really good deals, we wanted to know about them.
And that way you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
It may just be another stop on the tour, but for one young performer, it's a chance to come home. I'm Adam Beam with that young performer and what it means to be back in the Coastal Bend.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Adam Beam. Musicals are no stranger to the Hilliard Center, and Mrs. Doubtfire is just the latest to take the stage. But for one young cast member, it's more than a routine stop. For her, it's a chance to come home.
While the cast and crew of Mrs. Doubtfire is back on the road, their stop at the Hilliard Center on Tuesday was extra special for one cast member.
Mrs. Doubtfire, the movie, is my favorite movie, so to be on this Broadway national tour is like really special to me.
Despite her age, 10-year-old Vivian Atencio is no stranger to the stage, having toured for other hit musicals and even a few film roles as well.
I've done 4 Broadway national tours. The cast and crew are just amazing, especially the crew. And it's a dream come true to me. It's just I love this tour.
But for her, Mrs. Doubtfire is more than an opportunity to live out a childhood favorite. For her, Tuesday's performance brought back its own set of memories. While born in San Antonio, Vivian and her family over the years found Corpus Christi as a second home. And with the Coastal Bend's own theater scene, the young actor had her own message for performers just like her.
If you want to audition for musical theater, just say you have to follow your dreams and you have to be confident in yourself. And just a lot of confidence with yourself.
Despite this being her 4th national tour, Vivian Atencio already has her sights set on her next dream show. She tells me that she one day hopes to be part of shows like Matilda or Annie. Reporting from the Hilliard Center, I'm Adam Beam for Chris 6 News.
Alrighty, well that looks like a good show right there.
Yeah, very cool to check it out. And it's always nice to be in South Texas, where we tend to be warmer than most of the people in February, but we're really trying to rub that in people's faces, I think, with the 80s here. There are changes coming on the way, though. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. We've got warm weather that'll continue through the next 7 days, but check out some of those morning temperatures, especially heading back to school Monday morning at the bus stop. 45 degrees. Back to sweater weather for at least the first half of the day anyways. So
ready, so a little sweater for baby.
Yes, I definitely think so. Get them ready.
Okay, alrighty everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching Chris 6 News at 5 o'clock. We will see you here in 30 minutes at 6. Good night.